A whole bunch of shit lighting up. Looked like the atom bomb.
Okay.
It literally like the world was ending. It's still lit. Did a plane crash maybe? I don't know.
No, it wouldn't have been a plane crash.
It shot more fire than I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
That is just one of dozens of 911 calls that were made last night after Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket exploded on the pad.
Orlando's only news chopper showing you what's left behind. A launch pad destroyed, heaps of metal on the ground.
But this is what that launch pad looked like right after 9 o'clock last night. Flames glowing in the dark after the New Glenn rocket experienced what Blue Origin calls an anomaly. And it's something that viewers saw all across Central Florida. And if you didn't see it in person, you probably saw videos just like the ones behind us on social media.
Yeah, the explosion could have lasting impacts on the space industry. We have live team coverage across the Space Coast today. Let's get right out to West 2's Stuart Moore at the Kennedy Space Center. Stu.
And Jesse and Lindsay, we haven't seen something like this from Cape Canaveral in roughly 10 or so years. What started as a standard test going ahead of this rocket launch for the private company Blue Origin ended with that massive explosion that we all saw last night. Just around 9 o'clock at the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, the New Glenn rocket was doing an engine fire test. The rocket was unmanned and did not have its satellite payload on board. Officials say everyone is accounted for and no one was hurt. But this is what investigators have to work with, a field of rocket parts and charred debris. It's not clear exactly what caused the explosion that lit up Central Florida, but what we do know is it could take a while before they get to the bottom of it. West 2's Greg Fox continues our team coverage. And Greg, tell us exactly what we know at this point and what we don't know.
Stuart, what we absolutely know is not going to happen is we're not going to have a launch that was planned for next Thursday from 36A. That launch pad is just across the water from where we are in Port Canaveral at Grills Restaurant. You can see just one of what should be 2 launch towers is left. And what happened last night follows an engine failure April 19th that had the New Glenn rocket putting a satellite in the wrong orbit.
Oh yeah, that blew up. That is not normal.
This video from Ryan Steyer of Cocoa Beach was just one of scores of videos posted to social media and sent to our newsroom Thursday night after the devastating explosion. Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket was undergoing a ground test called a hot fire to ensure it was ready to go for a satellite deployment mission next week.
The sky just got really bright, and that's when I knew something was not normal.
Chase Russo couldn't believe what he was seeing. Grills Restaurant at Port Canaveral was packed with spectators and overlooks Launch Pad 36A at the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. That complex will now have to be rebuilt and the problem fixed before humans can board.
I'd rather it happen now than it happen later when, when get a couple launches in and then something blows up with people on it.
Blue Origin founder Jeff Bezos posted on social media, all personnel are accounted for and safe. It's too early to know the root cause, but we're already working to find it.
Of course, my first thought was, is everyone okay?
A natural reaction for Bale Dalton, former NASA chief of staff. Once in charge of more than 2,000 Kennedy Space Center workers, Dalton says the focus now must be on understanding and eliminating the problem, with Blue Origin receiving a big contract just this week to get Americans back to the moon, including building a station on the lunar South Pole.
I don't think this is going to put a very long pause on Artemis campaign or our CLIPS launches to the moon, the commercial lunar payload services. But, we certainly have a couple, days or weeks ahead of us in which we're going to have to do some problem solving collectively as an industry with NASA oversight.
In a strange prelude to the explosion, NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman just on Tuesday said this about the risk of space travel.
We are leveraging the NASA playbook from the 1960s, figuring out what works and what doesn't in this epic science of survival.
And with Blue Origin's new contract worth hundreds of millions of dollars to send landers to the moon, they want to make sure that they've got their rockets all set and ready, especially for when they may carry humans to the moon. Covering Brevard County live in Port Canaveral, Greg Fox, West 2 News.
And let's look at this from a different perspective, from overhead. And you can see this launch pad 36 that Blue Origin relies on. It's pretty much useless at this point. West 2's Sonica Donke went up in Chopper 2 to give you a perspective you'll only see right here.
Today's the first time we're getting a look at the damage that was sustained on the launch pad after Blue Origin's rockets exploded last night. and you just got to see it for yourself. Let's take you directly to the launch pad now. For perspective, we are to the south of Launch Pad 36, looking north. This is the launch pad Blue Origin operates out of, and you can see just how extensive the damage is. There is debris everywhere. So much damage here, in fact, it's hard to make out what exactly we're looking at. Metal shards everywhere. Around 9 o'clock last night, engineers were conducting a routine hot fire of the rocket's 7 DE-4 engines ahead of its expected launch next week. The rocket was fully loaded with liquid oxygen and methane at the time, and that's why we saw the fireball that we did when it exploded. That explosion destroyed the New Glenn booster, named No It's Necessary. And now we're getting a look at some of the other damage to the launch pad. One of the lightning protection towers was seen falling over. You can also see there are several hangars, buildings, and test sites that sit around it. Undoubtedly, some of the structures that NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman and others will be focused on today and in the coming days as they spend time on site assessing the extent of the damage. The booster's payload that was set to launch next week, which was a stack of Amazon LEO satellites, was of course not on the pad, so they were not damaged. But as we give you another look here at Launch Complex 36, remember, it took nearly a year to rebuild Launch Complex 40 after a smaller Falcon 9 rocket exploded in 2016. So a lot of people just anxiously waiting to hear how much damage was sustained last night. Because this is a definite setback for the Artemis mission. Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket is a critical component. Most importantly here, no one was hurt in this explosion, and that is because they do clear the launch complexes when they do hot fire tests like this one. We're going to continue to monitor the recovery efforts on the launch complex and what this could mean for the Artemis mission in the coming days, weeks, and months as repair begins. But for now, reporting in Chopper 2, Sonica Dange, WESH 2 News.